Hello, all of you vaingloriously wonderful people. This is the Vapid Dominator GTT, and I'm about to find out if it'll off-road. This is our, fourth week of tuners vehicles? Fourth week, yeah, so we'll have 8 as of the end of today from the tuners DLC. So we still have several weeks to go, so if you haven't seen your favorite vehicle from the tuners update featured in Will It Off-Road yet, don't worry, it's coming. We'll get there. We will cover all 17 vehicles that have been released and are yet to come, plus one other random vehicle that we just pull out of the back catalog of cars that we haven't tested yet in GTA Online. Of course, in Will It Off-Road, you want to make sure that you are playing Will It Off-Road Bingo. There is a link for that in the description down below. That'll take you to a web page. Just click on Generate New Card and then tap or click on the things that happen in the video. And if you get bingo, then put it in the comments down below. Or, how about and? And if you get bingo, come tell us about it on the Vainglorious Discord server. We would love to have you join us. Even if you don't get bingo, we'd love to have you join us over on the Vainglorious Discord server. We have players of all different types of games, from all kinds of different platforms. All together hanging out, talking about games, talking about cars, talking about pets, talking about life. We have a lot going on the Vainglorious Discord server. And of course, if you're a member of the Vainglorious Discord server and you play GTA Online on PC, you can join us on Sunday afternoons when we record Will It Off-Road and other community videos. And of course, we also have our community live stream on Saturday afternoons that you're, again, if you're part of the Vainglorious Discord server, and you're in the Vainglorious Rockstar Social Club crew, you're more than welcome to join us in that live stream as well. So, the Dominator GTT, actually, it's a muscle car that is doing well going up the mountain. I mean, yeah, since it is a muscle car, it's rear-wheel drive, so there are issues. You know, you got to be careful, you know, in these corners, like right there. And right here, you can't just floor it in the middle of the corner because we're on dirt and the car will spin around. But because the GTT has so much grip, that issue is mitigated quite a bit, and the car just kind of goes. It also doesn't seem to really struggle all that much with pushes, unlike a lot of the other vehicles that we've had in Will It Off-Road in like the past, year. Excuse me if you hear my water bottle opening. I just need a lot of water because allergies are really bad today. Making our final climb up to the side, and the GTT just, a lot of wheel spin, but it's up in 2 minutes, 40 seconds. So, will it off-road? Yeah, and it does it really well. I mean, that's a decent time for any car. Anything under 3 minutes is solid, so it did really well. You can see a long line of Vapids over there for my support vehicles, and then one Idiocy and an Annihilator. You know, you can't ask for everybody to show up in Vapids. Actually, I don't really care what people show up in for the support vehicles. What I do care is that doesn't happen, but I think he got shoved off. I think the same thing happens with the Dominator ASP as well. Somebody's in the way. I'm pretty sure I yelled at them when we were recording. Pardon me, I need a drink of water. That was wonderful. So going down at sunset, we don't often record in this time of day, just because I'm always worried about losing light, and I know people who watch the videos on mobile, it can be really hard to see just what's happening when I record at night. Oh, that was a lovely little drift. Yes, that was not an accident. That was just pure driving skill. I am an off-roading god. Yeah, we don't normally record at sunset like this, just because I'm worried that it's going to get too dark by the time we get down the mountain. But I think we have enough daylight to get down, and you guys on mobile should still be able to see. Of course, we're being annoyed by the invite sound because, hey, pro YouTuber forgot to turn it off over here. But yeah, the top of the mountain, as I was coming down, I rammed into somebody, and like I said, I'm pretty sure I yelled at somebody about it. when we did the ASP. Simply because they're supposed to stay out of the way of the car we're testing. You know, they can get up to whatever shenanigans they want behind me, but you gotta stay out of the way of the lead car, because otherwise it messes with the test. But again, that wasn't his fault in this first one, because somebody shoved him off. But you can hear all the shenanigans that we get up to and see an unedited version of Will It Off-Road by becoming a channel supporter, either by making a monthly pledge on Patreon, becoming a Twitch subscriber, or right here on YouTube, clicking that join membership, whatever it says, button. And all three of those, if you have them linked to your Discord account, you will automatically get a role on the Vainglorious Discord server called Vainglorious Supporters. That gives you access to supporters channels where I post links to the behind the scenes version of Will It Off-Road. We're down with the GTT in 2 minutes, 32 seconds. Somebody did a nice spin over there. I didn't really get to see who that was. But we're back up at the top of the mountain with the GTT to throw it off for a damage descent. Of course, we waited for sunrise so that we could see what in the world's happening. So far, not a bad run, but it kind of fell apart on me there. And yep. Nick Summers, however you say it, was on an ATV, I think. And so that's why he went squish, because, well, motorcycles and Will It Off-Road don't really mix well unless it happens to be our Will It Off-Road at the races track. And then since it's a stunt race, it's really hard to fall off your bike. And it's taking a beating, but we're pretty far out and ahead of everybody else. Well, we were. And then I have an argument with a boulder. I managed to hit it 3 times, 3 different times before I got going, and then I don't really get going, so I'm on my side. There we go, back down on 4 wheels. Look at this thing go, though. I mean, when its wheels are on the ground, it actually handles this dirt pretty well. Unlike the ascent and the controlled descent, the damage descent is just floor it, go, and hope for the best. There is no real strategy for it, though I do try to, you know, keep it somewhat under control. Like, you know, I love it when I get to thread the needle through these tunnels. Sadly, not happening on any of these. I'm always trying to get up and over this wood pile as well. Almost cleared it perfectly, but not quite. And we are down in 1 minute, 30 seconds. So let's take a look at the damage on the GTT. Most of the lights are gone. The rear and right window is missing. The hood is gone. The doors won't close. It does have bent wheels, and there is some minor body damage as people jockey for position in the support vehicle shot over there. And we'll take a look at those support vehicles. T Hill over there in his Issy, definitely struggling. A lot of smoke coming into that. That's going to bring us to our next vehicle, the Vapid Dominator ASP. Kind of sensing a theme going here today. It's the Dominator week. And in 2 weeks, we'll have a Fister week. We're just waiting for the Growler to come out. By the time this video goes live, we will be like 3 days away from the release of the Growler. And then we will record that. Oh, I went past my divot. We will record that when it comes out with the Comet S2. Is that what it's called? I don't know. I can't keep up with all the comments that we have these days. I'm expecting very, very similar times between the two Fisters, because they're based, I mean, let's face it, the same car. They drive the same. They look very, very similar. And so, yeah, I'm expecting very similar times. What I didn't expect was for the Dominators to wind up getting very similar times. And we'll look at the time that the ASP gets here in a minute. But the GTT made it, its time of 2 minutes, 40 seconds, made it first. Our new leader in the muscle class. 2 seconds faster than the Dominator GTX, which previously held the muscle record. It's 32nd overall out of 310 vehicles that we have tested as of this video. 0.3 seconds slower than a Rebel GTS, but 15 hundredths of a second faster than the FCR 1000 Custom. In tuners, it is 3rd overall out of the 8 that we'll have tested by the end of this video. Coming in 3 seconds slower than the Calico, but 5.5 seconds faster than the Euros. So kind of gives you an idea where the Dominator lies. I'll be interested to see once all 17 are tested just where they all come in. So far, they've all gotten up under 3 minutes with one exception. And I forget what that exception was, but it was close. So the Dominator ASP, kind of the same story as the Dominator GTT. They get very similar times, like really, really close. It's got a lot of grip, so a lot of the issues off-road that are inherent to a muscle car just aren't as bad. You can see the back end is wiggling around a little bit now and then, but it has enough control and poise in the dirt that I am more confident in just opening it up quite a bit more often than I would a normal muscle car. So yeah, these things having this much grip, which is very non-Mustang like. Though you will see a very Mustang moment here when we get to the top of the mountain. Just keep an eye on the hikers, that's all I'm going to say. Coming up around the last little turn and our final climb up, and again, a lot of wheel spin, but not an issue for the ASP. So we are up 2 minutes 40 seconds. I love that. So will it off-road? Yes. Yes, it will. It just kind of cracks me up that I barely missed the hikers, and Hobo managed to land right on top of them. So we now have to go back down the hill again. Lots of Vapids, and then a random Calico, and then a Nagasaki. Is that what the ATV is? I'm not sure. Yeah, there's somebody in the way. And instead of just getting out of the way, he sat there and made things worse for everyone involved. He panics in moments like that. One of these days he'll learn to just keep his cool and just correct things and not freak out. Or maybe he'll just stay put at the top of the mountain until after I go by. I don't know. Probably the monster truck knocked him down. It's probably not really his fault, to be honest. Yeah, let's blame the monster truck. Yeah, okay, that sounds fair. Yeah, we blame the monster truck. So I really like the Dominator ASP quite a bit, and I think universally a lot of people are really happy with it. But like I said earlier, just like the GTT, they're not really all that accurate to the real life cars. I mean, the Cobra from the early 2000s was not an easy car to drive. It did not have this much grip, and control. It was notorious for the back end coming around, which kind of makes them hard to find today because they've either been crashed or their owners completely trashed them just by ragging on the engines constantly. So yeah, kind of hard to find a real life car. Of course, there weren't that many made either, but at least the GTA, they're really competent with lots of grip. We did a race in these on a track that we normally do in muscles just because it's a huge challenge to race muscles on this particular track. It was made by somebody from Bruffy's community, and can't think of the name of it, but muscle cars are always a handful on that track, which is why we race them on there. The Dominator ASP, however, it was just like driving a sports car around. It just gobbled that track right up without any issues. And we saw some of the fastest times we've ever seen in muscle cars around it. It's Arcadius something, maybe Arcadius International Raceway. I don't know. That might be the name of the track. It's a good track though. You see it a lot in my live streams because I enjoy it. It seems like the guys I race with enjoy it as well. So Dominator ASP coming on its controlled descent. No big issues there, and we're down in 2 minutes 35 seconds. Well, aside from the issue at the top of the mountain, but again, we're blaming the monster truck for that. So it is now time to fling this car off the top of the mountain. Went a bit sideways there, managed to recover, get the wheels on the ground to get some more speed. I don't know why I busted out my window. I think I was trying to do a flat spin and hit the wrong bumper on the controller. Speaking of bumpers, I've already lost both of mine. The front and the rear gone. Just, I don't even know when they checked out. I didn't see it. Looks like we just lost the trunk there. This car takes a beating by the time it gets to the bottom of the mountain. But while we're talking, or while we're watching it, it's number 2 in muscles, right behind the GT by 0.35, so 3,500 of a second. It's 34th overall. It's a 10th of a second faster than an X80 Proto, but in reference to the FCR Custom, earlier it's 0.2 of a second slower, and it is 4th in tuners. So coming in just barely a bit slower ahead of the Euros than the GTT did, I guess by, 3,500 of a second less. But still beat it out. Donkey trying to get ahead, but then just crashed right into the pillar. It's okay though, everybody's always jockeying for position in this. It was like somebody tried to go overhead and missed it. And trying to get the wood pile, didn't get the run done, didn't get far enough to the left to get the jump. But we're down 1 minute, 27 seconds. Let's take a look at the damage on the Dominator ASP. All the windows are gone. The headlights and honestly the part of the taillights are gone. The bumpers, the hood, the trunk, the right door are all missing. Left door won't close. There's bent wheels. And there is minor body damage. We'll take a look at our support vehicles. I can think of no better way to line up that shot, so that's perfect. Well done, Sven. And that's going to do it for this week's Will It Off-Road. Next week, I believe we have the Warner HKR and the Remus coming up. So watch for those next week, and then the week after that, we'll have the 2 new Fisters. And then beyond that, I don't really know, but make sure you're playing Will It Off-Road Bingo, and if you didn't, open up your card, go back, watch the whole video again, and play Will It Off-Road Bingo. Let us know if you win. And until next time, I'm Brandon, reminding you to stay vainglorious.